Morning, y'all. I'm just gonna get started. Really been struggling lately. All this injustice in the world, it's been tearing me up. I've always stuck up for the underdog. Never had much drama when it comes to people bullying me. Never been the victim. And moving to this little town really put me through the ringer. And this morning, as usual, real stressed out and struggling with life's adversity, and a Jim Carrey video popped up, and he was talking about forgiveness and how important it is to forgive somebody for wronging you, and how God will take care of what needs to be taken care of, and the sooner you can forgive somebody, the sooner you start healing. And it's been ringing in my ears all morning. I go on and on about medical malpractice lawyers and civil rights lawyers and real estate lawyers to get my justice. I give up. I got no more fight left. I want nothing to do with no more lawyers. I just want to leave in one piece. I want to get healthy, find a doctor that'll figure out what's wrong, take care of it, monitor this aneurysm, and do my dog rescue. So when I leave here, I'm done with this place. I'm not looking back. I'm not calling no lawyers. I'm not doing none of that. I'm done. You win, neighbor. You win. It's real hard for me to accept that, but I know it's the right thing to do. Tired of being broken. And trying to find help is a waste of time. So I'm done. And the only way I can be done is to forgive these people for what they did to me. So I forgive all of you. God will do what he needs to do, and I'm just gonna go save me some dogs. I feel very defeated. I just got nothing left. I got no fight left in me. I'll sell this property myself, make sure I get a fair price for it. Whoever buys it, I don't care. But I won't give it away, and I know what it's worth. And I'll take that money and start over somewhere else in this country where I can find some like-minded people. And if there's a little church in that town that I can see eye to eye with, I'll start going to church again. But I have a hard time trusting people. And I met a lot of good folks out here in that comment section that get life the way I do. Getting faith in God recently really changed me. It softened me. I still got a lot of anger, oh man. But finding a way to forgive these people for what they did lessens that anger. It forces me to quit thinking about fighting a good fight and all that. I just need peace in my life. Quiet. The only thing I want to hear is dogs barking, man. So maybe if I let all this go, I can get out of this little town peaceably, start fresh somewhere else, and finish what I started. That's all I want, is to save some dogs and some broken humans, you know? Aged out foster children and homeless veterans. I've been saying it for years. And hanging on to all this spite and anger and quest for justice for what's been done, it just distracts me from what I really need to do. I don't need to waste time in all that nonsense anymore. So I suppose I ought to check a couple comments. And as soon as I'm out of these cigarettes and chew, I'm done with this too. Simply Human, top of the morning, brother. Same to you. Good morning, Eric. Good to see you. It's good to see both old friendly faces, man. Thank you. Fred, listen to the money is out there no matter what nobody says, but you have to find it legit. Yep, I've been earning money legitimately my whole life. Paid taxes for almost 40 years. So I know all about legitimate money, clean money. Are you an OC fan or Gospel Girl fan? Whatever. That sucks, dude. It sucks losing the fight. Yeah, well, I'm burnt out. I got no more fight left in me for these people. I just want to leave in one piece. Knucklehead TV. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all having a wonderful day and all your dreams come true. I love you all. Well, thank you for that. That's a nice comment there, Knucklehead. Hard to find words, man. Where are you at? I'm in a little town called Tomahawk, Wisconsin. Dika Shah. Oh, I don't know what that writing is. It didn't translate to English. Dika Shah, I love you. Well, I love you too. Thank you for that. And if I'm reading your name wrong, my apologies. I got dyslexia. I don't read so well. And thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate you. Forgiveness. That's something that doesn't come easy for me. I've always had a problem with bullies, and having faith in God. Both those things are very new to me, but it's very important. Not sure why that message was had. You, I love you, darling. All right, well, I think we've gone far enough with that. Just taking up space in the comment section. Sometimes I beat myself up to keep from beating others. Amen, DTA. I know all about it. Like I said, this is hard. Not easy for me to come out here and say this to the world, to the neighbors, but I'm done, man. I'm just burnt out. I got no more fight left in me for the injustice that took place here. And I know if I just let it go, I'll be better for it. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, and I believe that. What's up, big brother? What's happening, ACHAZ Wallace? Good to see you. I'm in the Bahamas. Nice. Good for you. Yeah, I needed to come out here and share this. It's an important lesson. Knucklehead, you keep your head up, brother. Is always a way. We have to find ourselves before we can lift others ourselves. Don't know what you are going through, but it seems like you seem like a strong person. Thank you. Yeah, I really got to reach for some inner strength to let all this go. It goes against my nature. And I know it's the right thing to do. I watched that video with Jim Carrey talking about forgiveness a couple hours back, and it just, like a record, it just keeps skipping around in my head. And it's kind of like the snake under the apple tree and listening to a video by Tack Room Bible Study Talk about being baptized. And that gave me faith in God. And then watching this video this morning, it was one of those life lessons that sometimes you got to learn the hard way. But I do believe if I just let all this go, things will get better. Quit thinking about all this negative stuff and, this record that skips around in my head about everything that's happened to me. And there's been so many things that I dwell on it way too much. And I'm like a lawyer trying to present his case to the judge, going on and on about all the particulars and, logging all the evidence. I mean, I got my little dog frozen in a sub-zero freezer for evidence to get her a little autopsy so that I can prove she died from a parasite and all this stuff. And now I just want to get her cremated and just put it all behind me. Forget all about it. Man, it's just really hard. I got a lot of grief. And tending to the old dog, her mother, I just need to stay focused on what's important and quit dwelling on the past. Give it up to God and have faith that He's going to help me get to where I need to go so I can finish what I started. The pressure has been crushing. And I just don't got it in me no more to give it any more thought. And the only way I can do that is to forgive these people for what they did. And that'll take time. But I can let it go. Quit thinking about lawyers and cops and just get out of here in one piece and pick up the pieces and start over. Give these damn things up. Let all this stress go. Knucklehead. Much love for all the races and cultures and religions. Amen, Knucklehead. I say that all the time. I grew up colorblind. My wife was half black and my daughter's half Filipino. I hate nobody. Never have. I'm not, it's not in me to hate something for no reason. But I carried a lot of hatred towards these people, and I'm just let it all go. Let it out, man. Release the pressure. Hey, man, that's what I'm doing with this video. I've said a lot of stuff out here in regards to getting my justice and my resolve, and I need to show people, man, you just gotta let it go, right? You just gotta let it go. God will take care of what He needs to take care of. I believe that. It's not on me. I just gotta leave here safely, make sure I get out of here safely, get a fair price for this property, and start all over. Find the people I need to help, and they will help me help the dogs that make me happy. It's just not easy. And today's the first step in the right direction, right? Coming out here and saying, I forgive you, neighbor, and the rest of you. All these haters that are constantly hassling me. That's not my problem anymore. I will always protect myself, but as far as looking for justice, I'm done looking. And the sad truth is, people just don't care, right? They don't. And the ones that do are the ones I'm looking for. The ones that care about the dogs and helping their fellow man and paying it forward and being their brother's keeper and doing a kind act for a stranger, they get all my attention. I'm not going to think about all this nonsense anymore. It's been tearing me up for a long time. And watching that video by Jim Carrey this morning, it was just one of those aha moments. And it was screaming at me, dude, you gotta let this go. You can't think about it no more. So when I leave here, I ain't looking for no lawyers. I ain't looking for no justice anymore. I'm just walking away and forgetting I ever came here. It drains me, something fierce. Anyway. Knucklehead, man, that's hard. God bless you and your baby. I'm here, brother. Reach out if you ever need a friend. Well, thank you, Knucklehead. I appreciate you. If you got a YouTube channel, please leave a comment on one of the videos and I'll come over and subscribe. I don't know how to do it while I'm doing a live, so thank you. And I try to come out here at least once a day, if not twice a day, and plug in. You know, we got this little community down in the comment section that say nice things and share stories and say prayers for each other and lift each other up. I'm not a religious person. I don't go to a church. I've had bad experiences with church. My mom had bad experiences with church. And, you know, I call this church. You know, where good people come together and talk about God and lifting each other up and being your brother's keeper. You know, the world's in a sad state of affairs, and I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. And strength in numbers is very important, and taking care of each other is paramount right now. No man can do it alone. And when things get real bad, there's going to be bad people trying to take what you got because that's what they do. And the only way you can take care of what you got and the ones you love is in numbers. No man can stand alone against hordes of people. And all you got to do is drive around in your own city and see how many people are homeless and desperate. And with what the government's doing, I just watched something about, they were talking about folks from Venezuela being flown into Chicago and distributed all over the city, and this guy was trying to document it and saying how we got all these homeless people over here freezing to death, but they can't get on your, what do you call it, warm buses, where they had buses for Venezuelan people to stay warm because it was cold outside. But they wouldn't let no homeless people off the streets of the United States onto these buses, but foreigners that come into the country illegally can get on the bus and stay warm. So our government isn't even taking care of its own people. And don't get me wrong, because the neighborhood I grew up in was a little ghetto. And some of my closest friends were a Hispanic family that lived right next door, and their dad was what they called a coyote. And he would sneak one person across the border, and that person would come in and get a job, apply for citizenship, and it was a big thing to get your citizenship in the United States and pay taxes and get Social Security and do it the right way and get sworn in and all that stuff. People don't do that no more, right? They come into the country and then they disappear. And I don't understand that. I understand anybody trying to better their life and do it the right way. But whatever our government's doing, I don't get that. How you can turn your back to the homeless citizens of this country, some of which who pay taxes. Some of them were in the military, right? They served this country, and now they're out on the street and can't get help. They suffer from PTSD just like me. Mine comes from foster homes, theirs comes from going to war. And our government just shits on them. I don't get that, man. But they'll give all kinds of stuff to people from outside this country and turn their back on the ones that are sitting right there on the street. It utterly amazes me. And that's why I say you need to be your brother's keeper. And I ain't I ain't picking on anybody from Venezuela or any other country, but there are people coming into this country from all over the globe. And it's promoted. I don't understand that. You can't even take care of your own homeless people, and you're shipping more people in here, putting them on airplanes. How much are you spending on plane tickets for immigrants? I don't understand that. I don't get it, man. I don't. And that's why I say the world's in a sad state of affairs. The governments around the world aren't taking care of their own people. And it's always been a struggle for me, the rich against the poor. Not somebody from Mexico or Venezuela or China or India or anywhere else on the globe. I love everybody. But when you grew up in this country and you paid taxes to this government and you watch them spend your money in ways that aren't for the greater good of this country, it's a crime. Especially the veterans. I'll never understand that. But evil's real. I don't know how else to put it. You just look at our election that's coming up. Chris, you're soft, brother. Yep, that's me, Chris. I'm soft. And you're gone. LS, those people are jerks, but you just let it go. Put your soul towards the light. Amen. Then that's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. Free samples. Good morning, my friend. Good morning, free samples. Good to see you. Knucklehead. He's not soft, Chris. He's human. Thanks, Knucklehead. I kicked him to the curb. He's just an idiot. Just another troll. Hey, Johnny, good to see you. Good to see you too, Michael King. Hey, chat, there you go. Knucklehead, I care. I appreciate you, man, and right back at you. I care about you too, man. I care about any good person out there fighting a good fight and trying to do the right thing. Michelle, tell us a prison story. I've never been to prison. Hope you feel better. Thank you. I appreciate you, Michelle. Michael King, we care, buddy. I know you do, brother. I know you do. Sharon's in the house. Hi, Sharon. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, young lady. Always a pleasure. DTA, maybe medicate. You have a talk with your old friend. Maybe medicate and have a talk with your old friend? What kind of comment is that? I'm clean and sober. Hide that one. Free samples. How if your dog's doing today, buddy? Is she getting better? She's still struggling. I got to get into town and get her some stool softener so that I think what happened was because she didn't drink any water for 5 days and ate just yogurt, little tiny bit of yogurt. I thought she was dying. And then she turned around. So I think her plumbing isn't quite moving like it should, for sure. I mean, she's only pooed just a little tiny bit in a week. So I'm going to pick her up some stool softener and some laxative and try to get her moving. But the truth is she's 14 years old and she's close to death twice. And I know I could wake up in the morning and she could be gone. So I do whatever I can for her, keep her going. And she's not in any pain and she's up and walking around again. So, thank the Lord that I still got her and I'll keep taking care of her the best I can until she's gone. But thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Knucklehead, Chris, you are human. Maybe you haven't been treated. Yeah. Yeah, there's something wrong with that Chris dude for sure. I'm not religious. I just know positivity and kindness feels better than anger and hate. Amen, brother. I couldn't have said it better. Victor, spot on, brother. Bullseye. Thank you. Facts. You got it. Knucklehead, we need to fight for our piece of the pie. We Americans are being swindled. I couldn't have said it better myself. Whiskey, morning, broski. Good to see you. Knucklehead, I agree. Chris? Knucklehead, yes. People do not. There you go. Nice, Sharon. Knucklehead, you are 100% right, John. Illegals are getting our tax money. Yep. It's sad. And our veterans are getting the short end of the stick, man. That is a crime. A crime. Thoughts in medium yet trick dogs. Thoughts in MEDIUM. Thoughts in medium yet trick dogs. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Otis Egg. Sir Otto Egg. Medicate, bud. You have to read the word, whole word. Oh, meditate. Got you. I'm dyslexic, so I don't read so good. But thank you for that. Meditate. You're right. I do. I do need to do some meditating. How long was you in prison? I never been to prison, Charles. Never did no time. My brother went to San Quentin and Corcoran. Kept me out of a lot of trouble visiting him in San Quentin, so I stayed out. There you go. Thank you, Sharon. You are right. Hope you are having a great day. I love that, seeing you guys back and forth. Darren. Bonjour. How are you doing? I'm doing okay today. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you. JB187. What's happening? Good to see you. DR, who's, what, where? What do you do when you have a pain in your... Okay. Sir G, I can't even get food stamps. Government says I work so much. Yeah, man, it just ain't right, man. And the cost of food these days, you know, you can't survive on minimum wage. And once again, when I was a kid, Mom had a nervous breakdown when Grandpa died. When Grandpa died, Mom went into the funny farm. And me and my two brothers went into foster homes. And then Mom struggled to get her shit back together, and eventually she did. She had to get a, what do you call it? She had to go on a waiting list to get Section 8 housing authority. Then she had to apply for food stamps before I could come back home. And then when she got her apartment and she got her food stamps, then they let me come back home. And I remember her telling me when I was a little kid, she said, the government helps us with food stamps, because she would send me to the store to buy food with these little, it looked like a coupon book. You tore this, looked like Monopoly money out of a little book. And she said, the government helps us because Grandpa paid taxes. So I learned that as a little kid. And when I would go buy food at the store with food stamps, people in line would talk shit. Oh, look, he's poor white trash. He's paying with those food stamps. And they would look down on you, and they would talk shit about how their taxes were paying for my food, right? And Mom was a wreck. She'd send me to the store with a $10 food stamp, because they would give you real money back in change sometimes. And then she would buy cigarettes and alcohol with the real money, because with food stamps, you couldn't buy booze and you couldn't buy cigarettes. So I've seen the struggle since I was a little kid. And I know how people need a hand up, not a handout, right? It's the way the government was designed to work back in the day. And it don't work like that no more. Just like immigration. You apply to come in, and then you get a visa, temporary, and if you got a job and you took those little classes and you learned the Constitution and all that stuff, you could become a naturalized citizen or whatever they call it, right? Not so much anymore. Now they hand out EBT cards to illegal immigrants, but yet somebody that was born in the States can't get food stamps. Don't make no kind of sense to me, man. Message help for review. Hide that one. Why is there no sub button here? Wow, I don't know, man. I get a lot of trouble with this YouTube channel. But if you pull up my channel, you should be able to sub. I don't know, man. I get a lot of grief on YouTube because YouTube don't like my point of view on a lot of things, and they call it shadow banning, right? There's a lot of injustice in this world, and you not being able to sub is just another one of them, man. I'm sorry for that. And I appreciate your efforts. You know, if you look up Misfit Island, aka JohnnyO, you find the channel, you should be able to sub. But once again, man, people don't like what I got to say, and I got trolls and bad people on my jock on a regular out here. Sorry, man, but you should be able to sub. A heart for Sharon from Knucklehead. I love that. Nancy, I worked since I was 15 years. Me too. My first job, I was 15. I lied on my application. And I'm 52 and won't give me my own money back. Now, that is crazy. It's my money. Amen, Sharon. I get it. I get it. King of Kings. Hey, sir. Citizen Mr. Clean. There you go. You're a carpetbagger in Wisconsin. Really? No. I'm a man that grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area, moved to Wisconsin to start a charity, an old folks home for dogs. That's what I am. I don't know what you are. Sharon's message got hid right back at you with a heart. See, this is the games people play. I'm going to show that. Sharon, this one was hidden. That's what I'm saying. I got people on here that play games and troll and do things because they don't like what I got to say. King of Kings, why is he telling us his sob stories? All right, well, you got to go. Hide user from channel. King of Kings, you can go kick rocks. Nancy, this is real life of what we want through to all the spoiled ones in here. There you go. Sorry about the reading. Dyslexia is a learning disability, but my clowns like to bust my balls because my brain don't work so good when it comes to reading. Just more immaturity on their part. Is Mama Dog going to be put down? Not if I can help it. The only way she's going to be put down is if she's in pain. She's old and tired. She's still up and walking. She's not whining or whimpering or panting. So she's not in any pain. So basically I'm doing hospice on this for this old dog, just like you would for your grandparents, right? Well, back in the day, now they put people's grandparents in a hospital hooked up to tubes and whatnot. When my grandfather died of lung cancer. They cut out one of his lungs and he died in his own bed being taken care of by his own family. So that's what I'm doing for this old dog, keeping her comfortable and as healthy as I can until she passes on her own. I tried, when she was real bad a while back, I tried to find some help and get her evaluated to see if she needed to be put down, and was told by a local vet, sorry, we're not taking any new clients. Just more forgiveness. Nancy, I remember. D-A-S-T-A-N. Dance. Why can't I read that word? Sorry about your name, D-A-S-T-A-N. I don't read so good. So the liquor store back in the day used to sell alcohol with food stamps and charged more. Yeah, because they were dirty. They were crooked. They were breaking the law. And they were taking advantage of alcoholics. King, act like a king. Yeah, king's gone. I'm done with that clown. Thanks, knucklehead. He's stealing property in Wisconsin. He's from California. I'm stealing. I put $100,000 down. I make payments every month. How am I stealing land in Wisconsin? Time for you to go. Hide user from channel. I'm stealing land in Wisconsin. What an idiot. Yeah, I already got rid of him, Sharon. No worries. The King of Kings has been dethroned. Just another shit talker. He never went to prison. There you go. Yeah. I'll show that one. Dustin. There you go. Losing everything back at, this is Ethan. Lost everything back at the bottom again. What can I say, man? Life goes on. Amen. Fight the good fight, homeboy. If you need a monitor to help, dude, that's okay. I'll handle it. I've had monitors out here before and more people catfishing and doing bad things with the wrench, so I just do it myself. But I appreciate the offer, brother. Thank you. Wolf's in the house. Good morning and blessings to everyone. Good to see you all here again. Yeah, good to see you, Wolf. If you go back and rewatch the beginning of this one, I came out here and officially forgave everybody, all these people in this town. I watched a video this morning by Jim Carrey talking about forgiveness and how important it is to let all that go. And it was bouncing around in my head something fierce. You know, me going on and on about, you know, this lawyer and that lawyer and civil rights and this and that. Dude, I'm done. I got no more fight left. All I want to do is leave in one piece, get a fair price for my property, and start over somewhere else. So, forgiveness, right? I forgive these people for what they did. I'll let God take care of it and just start all over. Knucklehead, good morning to Wolf. I love it. There you go. JB, do you have a moderators? I used to. I don't do them anymore. People pretend to be your friend and then they do bad things with the wrench, so I'll just take care of it myself. There you go, Wolf. There you go. There you go. Vander. There you go. Good to see you. Putty Cat. Sometimes it's better not to have mods. Amen. Especially for me. I got a lot of people out here that don't like me and they go out of their way to mess with the comment section, right down to can't find the subscribe button, right? So what are you going to do? Knucklehead, I'll be right back. No worries, brother. I'll go to your page and sub. Well, thank you for the effort, man. I appreciate that. Jim Carrey, what a great guy. Amen. That video I saw this morning, him talking about forgiveness, and then the guy that made the video, you know, a church kind of going guy, and between Jim Carrey and this guy's talk, and how important it is, and how that's God's will to forgive those, and it's not on you to hang on to that. I struggle with that because I've always stuck up for the weak, and holding people accountable because they need to learn a lesson, right? So they don't do it again to someone else and that kind of thing. No more, man. I got no fight left, right? Sometimes you really need to be broke down before you can get built back up. And getting faith in God is real recent. And forgiveness, I never thought I'd see the day, but I see the value in it, right? I'm sure if I had lawyers and all this, I could make a whole bunch of money for what happened to me here. I just don't care. I don't care about the money. I just want a quiet, simple life and save some homeless veterans and some foster kids and save a bunch of dogs. That's my passion. And the more I keep thinking about the injustice of living here and what happened to me, and just not worth it, man. It's killing me. It's eating me up inside. It's like a broken record bouncing around in my head and it just don't stop. I got this evidence and I got that evidence and I got my little dog in the freezer and all this stuff. I just want to get my little dog cremated, take her ashes home, take care of mama dog until she passes, put their ashes right next to the wife, and go save some dogs, man. The Lord works in mysterious ways. He really does. You know, I'm not a church going kind of guy, but God's really been talking to me, and I can't deny that, right? I'm not a liar. I can't front. And for me to not share this and come out here and say in public that I forgive these people and lawsuits and civil rights and all that nonsense, they're off the hook. They're officially off the hook. It's not my place. It's not my job. I'm done. I just want to leave. I want the money the sheriff's department is holding that is rightfully mine. That money will help me move. And I want to get out of here as soon as possible and start this all over somewhere else. I'll watch it from the beginning when this one's over. Oh, thank you, Wolf. Yeah, man, I just kind of broke it down a little bit for you right there. Anna, best wishes from Sweden. Thank you. Oh my goodness, I just saw the coolest video about Sweden. It was these little sleds bouncing down a hill and the sheep, and just what a beautiful country you live in. It was incredible. It was like the Wizard of Oz or something, just a magical, magical place. I would love to see Sweden one day. What a beautiful country. Thank you for your comment. It reminded me of this video I just watched. It was so incredible. What a beautiful country. Wolf, right about God, brother. We can forgive and let God sort them out in the end. That's exactly what I'm doing, dude. Exactly what I'm doing. You know, I sit here in the mornings dealing with my anger and my sadness, trying to get my day started, and I get all this nonsense in my head about everything that's happened here. And I can't do it no more, man. I just gotta let it all go. And just making this video, I already feel lighter. You know, it's gonna take a little time. Those memories and those thoughts will pop back into my head, but it's not my mission to get my justice anymore. It was very important to me. And after this morning, I just don't care. I just don't care. It's kind of like dying. I don't care about dying. Dying don't frighten me. I'm good with my maker. I look forward to going home. Just in no hurry to get there. I got a lot of work to do before I go home. But I've seen enough on the gadget, other people's testimony, near-death experience, or this religion or that religion speaking about God, you know, the afterlife, even plant medicine, you know, ayahuasca and DMT, and, you know, Terrence McKenna's heroic dose, people's quest to find out what happens after we die. I've listened to all kinds of it. Reincarnation, the Buddhists and their beliefs. I've done a lot of homework about the afterlife, and I'm at peace with dying. I am. I look forward to it, but I'm not done, and it ain't on me, right? My mom and my brother both tried to send themselves to heaven early, And I saw that firsthand. That's not in me. Never has been, never will be. But I look forward to going home. This life has been a struggle, my whole life. And whatever reason I came down here for wasn't for me. And whatever God's purpose is for me, I'm just praying it's about these dogs and I get to finish what I started. And I don't go home before I'm done. It's very important to me. You know, I want a chance to relax and see dogs running amok, healthy and happy and having a good time after being starved or beaten on or deserted on the streets, right? To be able to do something for dogs that have done so much for me. It's all I think about. Especially now when I let all this vengeance go about these folks and forgive them for what they did. Now I can just go back to thinking about my dog rescue and what's important in life and quit dwelling on all the negative stuff that's heavy on the brain, you know? HR, how you doing? Money up. Jesus Christ is King. Amen. I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you for that comment. I appreciate you. TQ, morning, brother. Good morning to you. HR, prayers for you, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. And right back at you. That's what this channel is all about, man. Good people finding each other, saying nice things to each other, lifting each other up, talking about God, and being your brother's keeper. There's so much nonsense when it comes to online stuff. It feels good to meet a handful of people out here that get it. My YouTube channel will never be big. It's not something to make money, but it's changed me. Help me find God. Help me forgive people through this YouTube channel. And it was only meant to be a commercial for my dog rescue. It's the only reason I kept it going was so that I could find people to help, and I could hopefully find some generous people that would help buy dog food for the dogs, because my money only goes so far, right? And it's been a real struggle. And it just feels really good to let it go. Makes me want to cry. But in a good way, not in a bad way. I feel a lot lighter letting go of all this drama. God will do what he will do. And maybe by me letting all this go, it'll make things a little easier for me to get out of here and get started somewhere else and to be happy. That's all I want to do is be happy. I'm tired of being angry and upset and stressed out. And with this aneurysm thing on my aorta, it could kill me. And I don't need that to happen before I get out of here, man. I don't want to die here. I want to start a foundation. And the people that I get to help me with the dogs, names will be on the paperwork. So when I pass away, they'll have the house. They'll have the land. They'll take care of the dogs in my name, right? To leave a real legacy behind on this planet for a positive that is so important to me. My dogs come first and my broken humans come second. That's just how that is, but I can't do it alone. And without you guys, it'll never happen. You know, I could save maybe a dozen dogs on my own if I got land in a quiet place and build my little doggy apartments. I could probably handle 10, 12 dogs on my own, but I want more than that. And then when I die, it just goes to waste. And I don't want to see that happen. And if you got a foundation and you got people's names on the paperwork, there is no inheritance taxes, right? It's a foundation. It's a charity. It just keeps going. Don't matter if I'm gone because people will be on the paperwork, right? I'm not no businessman, but I understand what a charity and a foundation is. And if I can get that established, I can be at peace, right? If I die here, the vultures will descend on this property. All my hard work will have gone to waste, and I don't want that to happen. And forgiving these folks is the first step in the right direction. It really is. And it feels good not to think about lawyers and lawsuits, regardless of what happened to me. It does. It just feels good to let all that go. I'm already starting to feel better. It's going to take time. But the fact that I don't have to think about it no more, what a relief. I should have thought of this sooner. But, you know, it's strange to me how God speaks to me through YouTube. But I don't read. Obviously, the struggle of me trying to read your comments, I don't read, but God used YouTube to get to me. I never would have thought in a million years, but it's true. And if you go back and watch old videos, how angry I used to be, I never talked about God out here. Never. And I talk about God out here all the time now. You can see the transition for yourself. I see the value in these videos for long after I'm gone, if they're still here. You know what I mean? Because if this old man can do it, so can you, youngster. Anybody out there. Get clean and sober. Find God. Learn to forgive people. Lead by example. Very important. Doing a kind act for a stranger. I'm gonna go. I got a lot of emotions I gotta process. And give Mama Dog some love. I need to get into town and get her some medicine, and I got lots of chores to do. But before I split, I wanted to say thank you very much. Despite all the trolls nonsense down there in the comment section, you have to sift through a lot of dog shit to get to the good folks, but it's worth it. You good people down there in the comments, all of you are worth it, man. You helped me get through. This lonely old man, you guys helped me get through, and I appreciate and love each and every one of you. I do. So on that note, love the ones that love you back. Forgive the rest. And a kind act for a stranger. That's always my final words out here. Hold the door open. You see somebody struggling, whether they need food or change the tire on their car or whatever, and that warm, fuzzy feeling you get, that's God kissing you on the cheek, man. And the world needs it right now. And when you do it, someone else will see you do it, and it'll plant a seed. And that's God's work right there. Love you. Peace.